Hello everyone and welcome to Trading Learning 101. In today's video I am going to be going over and reviewing the ThinkorSwim platform by TD Ameritrade. Now this is a free trading platform if you have an account with TD Ameritrade. And if you go to TD Ameritrade's website, you can open an account. You don't have to deposit any money. And then from there, you can download the ThinkorSwim platform once you opened an account with them. Now, what's cool about this, like I said, well, there's many cool things about this platform. Well, I'll go over all the good things and then I'll go over the bad things, in my opinion, that I don't like about this platform and that they can improve on. But what I really like about this is that it's free, and a lot of these other brokerages will charge you for subscription fees for using charting, their market feed, level 2 feed, news feed. They could charge you for all that stuff. Some do, some don't. TD Ameritrade, that's all free. That's what I really like about this. And when you sign up with TD Ameritrade, make sure on their website you go and you have to sign up for real-time data, real-time level 2 quotes, and the news. You have to subscribe to all of those on the TD Ameritrade account website, and then I think you gotta digitally sign a document or something and then update that. So if you're using a brokerage like Robinhood, for instance, and you wanted to use a charting platform to go along with Robinhood for day trading, which I don't recommend Robinhood for day trading. Um, Everything I just said, just go to TD Ameritrade, open an account, download this ThinkorSwim platform right here, and sign up for every one of those subscriptions that I just mentioned too. And what's really cool about TD Ameritrade too is they go with the Benzinga news feed, and they got the news right down here. So if any new news comes out, you would click on the news and a little information will pop up right down here in this black box. And even if you wanted to go back, it goes back with all the news from the date. So let's click on news here on the 21st. Tintri, Tintri receives NASDAQ notice due to delay of filing quarterly report. Let's click on that. And then let's enlarge this, and it'll tell you everything about that news release right there. Also, to go with the Benzinga, they also do like a live stream with the Benzinga. Um, it's like a live news kind of thing. So how do you get to that? Is you go up here to support and chat, and then you go to chat rooms, and then they got categories here of chat rooms. Now, what you're gonna want to go to is the Benzinga Squawk. Benzinga Squawk here. Click on that during market hours, and then you click on this listen here. And then every time anything news pops up that Benzinga releases, it'll broadcast it through your speaker on your monitor or your TV, whatever you have hooked up. That's another cool feature they have on that. And then another one is when you download this platform, you may notice it looks different from the one that you just downloaded. And what's really cool about ThinkorSwim is pretty much everything in this platform is customizable. I mean, everything. You could customize the color and the way you want it to look. And let's see, you go to the Setup tab right here. You go to Application Settings. And then this window will pop up here, and you click on this Look and Feel tab, and then this is where you can customize how you want this platform to look. And you click on the color scheme, And then you pick from these 5 options here: dark, light, old school, Chinese dark, Chinese light. Click one of those, and then it'll go back to this. Click on that again, and then go down to Add Customize, whatever you picked, and then look at all these options here. You get to customize the color. That's really cool. So just mess around with it and pick the colors out that you like, that you want your platform to look like. They have all kinds of options here, and then it even gets in depth too, to where you could just pick a color off a grid, or if you really want to get into detail about a color, you can really customize it with that. And then they have other things in here that you can set up. You could set up notifications. Um, so if you set an alert on ThinkorSwim and you're not at the platform, they have it to where you could put your phone number in here or your email, and you can, every time one of your alerts goes off, it'll send it to your email, and it'll send a, I think it's a text message to your phone whenever you set a price alert on a stock. That's really, really cool for this platform. And then they just mess around in these settings. They have all kinds of cool stuff, and the more you mess around and dig into this, the more you'll learn. There's a lot of stuff to learn on this platform, and it may seem overwhelming, but a lot of this stuff are tools to help you as a trader in the market. So we got that covered. And then another cool feature is, let's say you're on the daily chart here, either the daily or the intraday, and you have patterns that you like, or candlestick formations that you like and that you like to keep an eye out for. With ThinkorSwim, they have it customizable to where you go to this patterns tab here and then go to select patterns. You have all these patterns here that you could choose from, and when they pop up on the chart, it'll mark it out for you on the chart. So just to help you, I wouldn't rely on it 100% because it's everything's not 100% accurate, especially stuff like this, but it's there to help you out. And then even if you have a pattern or a candlestick formation that you've created on your own and that you like personally, you can create that in this platform. So you go over to the candles, they have the classic tab and the candlestick tab. So all of these are just single candlesticks or group candlestick patterns that you can click to add onto your charts. And if you wanted to create your own, like I said, you hit this create tab and this new window will pop up here. So for instance, let's say you like gap up plays. So I'll click on this candle. I'll hit up candle. Another candle will pop up. I'll click on this next candle. I'll have this be an up candle. And this is going to be a gap up from this candle. So I'll put the low of this candle is going to be higher than the first candle. So that's a gap up play. Name your pattern right here. This will be new pattern 3. And then hit save. And then it pops up right here. And then you can go in and customize this pattern. I'll have the width of it to be 2, and I'll have the color to something that I can visually see on the chart. I'll click OK, apply, and let's go back and see. Let's see, we'll pull up GBR. Okay, here we go. So as you can see on this chart right here, there's an up gap right here. And this is just an example to you guys to see what you can do on this platform. So right here, as you can see, the pattern I just put in, it's presenting itself on this chart, and this is a daily chart. So that's another cool feature on this platform here. And then we got the level 2 right here, which in my opinion, the level 2 on ThinkorSwim is not the greatest, but it works. If you get on the Trade Architect um, website, or the website platform, the level 2 on that is amazing. It's great. I love that. You could put the strength meter on it. Um, you'll see on a lot of level 2s, they'll have it color coordinated to help you, um, to break it up into sections so it isn't all just one color like this. On the Trade Architect level 2, just check it out. It's really, really cool, and I love the way it is. And that one's even customizable. So maybe one day in the future they'll implement that into the level 2 here on the ThinkorSwim. But for now we have this right here. And let's see. And then you got your time and sales right here. And let's say here's a quick tip real quick. When you're watching the time and sales here, and you keep seeing all these the quantity sizes of like 50 or 100, 20 or something, and that's just a lot of noise on the time and sales, and you want to pay attention to the big orders that come in. So you click on this tab right here, and you can customize it to show. I have it set to show size greater or equal to 200 shares. So anything below that would come up, it wouldn't show it. It only shows sizes 200 or more on the time and sales, just to get rid of all the noise. And then you have this is all I'm doing all this through the flexible grid right here. If most of you guys just probably when you start it up is on the chart. You can't really customize and bring up new windows on this. If you were, the only thing you could really do is click on this up here, and you can open up multiple windows. Let's say you want 4. So you can open up 4. But let's say if I didn't want all these to be this size, and it's complicated to explain, but if you go to the flexible grid, it just makes it easier to resize stuff and put the the windows in specific spots that you would want. And you would do that by clicking right up here and clicking this customize grid. And all these little boxes will show up to where you can add a window down below this one, or you can add a window to the right of this window, or delete a window. And you can click this excuse me, click this little sidebar tab here to pop up all your options of your time and sales, your active trader, your phase scorecard, and stuff like that. And another thing I always like to check up on is ThinkorSwim. Like, it's lately they've been doing it every month. They've been releasing updates for the platform, and from a year ago when I first started using this has come a long way, a very long way. And lately, they've been releasing new updates every month. They literally just today, June 30th, released a new update for this platform. And the update they put into it was time and frame, or more time and frames. You click this little 1 minute tab up here, and you get to customize your the times that you would want to look at. If you go to the customized list, what they added on this new update is if you go to add time frame and you go to the daily, you can go back now, max available from the ticker, like from when it started. For most stocks, I believe. If you're really big into going back way, way, way back into history and looking, just click this max available tab and there you go. That they just released that new feature in this update. But I like to keep it simple. Um, I'll go back maybe a year or 2 years to look at support and resistance levels. Um, this is time frames that I have set up. I have the minute, I have the 2 minute, 4 days, 1 minute, 1 day, 5 minute, 5 day, 5 minutes, 3 months by the day, 1 year by the day, and 3 days, 15 minutes. And there's just so much stuff you can do with this application. If I was to cover everything, this video would be hours long. Maybe in the future I'll do a video of, you know, little stuff here and there, but you just have to mess around with this platform and check it out because there's literally so much stuff you can do, so much. Um, you can even the appearance on the candlesticks, you can customize the colors, you can customize the background, you can have a grid on it if you wanted to. Just so much customization, it's crazy. So, and then you got your watch list right here. And you can add watch list. There's actually down here at the bottom, you can add stuff like your account info, a calculator, level 2, live news, market depth. They even have little games on here. I don't get why you would want to play games on here, but um, yeah, Tetris and Minesweeper. Okay, I want to focus on charts in the stock market, and then I usually just use it for watch list. I just keep making watch list. Always trying out new watch list and trying to categorize everything because I'm a neat freak. I like to have everything in order. So how I have my stuff set up is I have my main watch list that I'll have. My main watch list are stocks that I like to look at for the day and focus on for that day. And then I'll have a back burner watch list. If something was hot 2 days ago, I'll continue watching it throughout the week, and I'll have that on my back burner. I have a watch list for earnings winners because I like to keep an eye on earnings winners and see what they do. And then I have a watch list strictly for OTC stocks. So I like to categorize stuff like that. Um, I have multiple time frames here. I have my 1 minute here. Normally this is a 5 minute chart. And I've just been messing around with it this morning, checking checking out different time frames. But then I have this, and this is what I do. This is pretty cool. So if you come up here to these lines, you can hit this detach thing right here, and it will detach this window right here, and an exact replica of this will pop up like this. And then from here, I'll go in and I'll bring back up that customized grid thing. And then I'll delete like the watch list and I'll add all these chart windows here. And I'll have each one be a different time frame for the same ticker. So for the same ticker on my main one, I'm watching the 1 minute and the 5 minute. And then on my other monitor here, I'll be watching the same ticker with the 15-minute chart, the 30-minute chart, the hour chart, and then the daily chart. It's good to look at stocks from multiple time frames for just different perspectives. And you want to start looking at the picture in a big size like the daily and just start working your way down. That's what I personally like to do. Looking at stocks on the daily, and then what does it look like on the hourly chart, the 30-minute chart, the 15-minute chart, the 5-minute chart, and the 1-minute chart to get an idea of where it's trending and what it's doing and what the volume is doing too for it. Looking at the volume bar for the hourly chart. It's always good to break stocks down and analyze and putting together the picture so you can see what is going on. And let's see here. They just have so much stuff. They have a scan tab here. Their scanners are not really the greatest. One thing I really don't like with ThinkorSwim when they release a lot of this stuff, uh, like their updates and stuff, is a lot of their stuff on this platform and with the brokerage is not really focused on day traders. They're more focused, in my opinion, on long-term investors, which makes it, I mean, I get by with TD Ameritrade and their ThinkorSwim, but they're not, they don't revolve around day trading. So a lot of the stuff in here, like their scanners, isn't set up for day trading. The scanners do what they're supposed to do, but are they going to pick up everything? No. But their scanners, for being free, it is what it is. You can add fundamental filters to them, you can add study filters to them, and stock filters, and a basic stock scan like the biggest percentage gainers on the day. It'll do that. Um, let's see, we'll do one real quick for you guys. So this is a fresh scan screen, and you got your filters right here. And here on the right, I can delete them. All right, I'll start totally fresh just to go with you guys. So click this add filter for stock. And then at this tab, I want to go to the last price. The last price, let's just say $1. And then I'll go to the max price here and I'll go 5 for $5. And then I'll click the add filter for stock again. And I'll go percentage change. And I'll go minimum. I want to see at least 5% minimum. And then I'll leave the max just open. And then sometimes we got to keep an eye out for this because they'll be set to descending. I want to see stocks that are ascending, going higher. And then you click scan. Here you go. You got 142 stocks that are between $1 and $5 that are up at least 5%. So then I'll come over and you can either look at it from the biggest net change and the biggest percentage change. The biggest percentage change was hair. So let's go over here, type in HAIR. And that was the biggest percentage gainer Friday, as today is Saturday. But also keep in mind, you want volume. Volume is very important in this. So if you wanted volume, add another filter for stock. Go to volume. And I like trading very liquid stocks with a lot of volume, because I don't ever want to get stuck in a stock. And I say that because I trade mostly penny stocks ranging from uh, I'll play OTC stocks 5 cents all the way to NASDAQ stocks to $20. And volume is very important. I don't ever want to predict where the stock is going to go. I want to play what's happening. What's the chart telling me? What's the pattern? And with a lot of volume, You can easily get in and out of that stock. Um, Instead of getting stuck in a stock, let's say a stock has 2,000 volume, who are you going to sell to in a stock with 2,000 volume? Remember, for every buyer there is a seller in the market. So we'll put the volume here. I'll say at least 1,000,000 just for the video. So remember, we had 142 results. Now we'll scan again. Look at that. Just volume knocked out all that unnecessary stuff. So we got at least 1,000,000 volume, at least 5%, and $1 to $5. So looks like even the top gainer changed too to GBR. GBR did big moves on Friday. And look at that. You got a perfect stock right there for you. But that's just how to use the scanner. Just a basic scan for stocks. There are people out there that like to get really technical with scans. If it works for them, it works for them. But I'm all about keeping it simple. You want to keep it simple. You don't want to make things too complicated in this because trading is already complicated enough. But yeah, there's your scan tab. Just mess around with it. There's all kinds of scans you can come up with and looking into stuff. And then we also have another cool thing is the education tab here. So the education tab, I've already had this open because I was looking at the new update. The education tab, see like right here, it takes you right to the release notes of all the updates that this platform has gone through. And there's stuff on this. If you ever have a question, uh, just go to the education tab and it'll take you to the ThinkorSwim Learning Center. And you can go to the type search here and type in whatever question you have about this platform or comment me and I'll answer your question for you about this platform because it is a lot of stuff and it can be consuming, but the more you use it, the more you'll learn. But yeah, you got the education tab right there, and then you also have a learning center. And this is pretty cool too. I haven't spent too much time on it, or actually, this is the learning center. Click on the education tab, and it takes you to the TD Ameritrade. And if you have an account with TD Ameritrade, they have programs and classes and stuff for you for free. So take advantage of it. Use it. Use it to your advantage. They're offering this stuff to you for free. Why not? Um, it looks like they have upcoming conferences and education stuff. And I went to their website a couple times to look at their um, education, and it actually is pretty cool. They have little videos they show you that explain stuff, and then they have you take quizzes and stuff. So if you're interested in learning more and you really want to learn and go to TD Ameritrade, sign up and take their courses and stuff. It's free. Why not? And it's everything. It's everything from options to stocks. And let's see. Trying to go over everything for you guys. But overall, it's a good platform. Sometimes I have experienced it in the morning. Um, it's happened maybe once or twice out of the whole year I've used this that the platform froze up and crashed, but it barely ever happens. And if you click on the news, sometimes it won't load up and then it'll send an error and you just click the send diagnostics and then re-click the news and it'll pop up for you. They also back to the beginning where I showed you where the Benzinga Squawk is, they have chat rooms here. If you're interested in chat rooms and if you don't feel like buying a subscription to a guru to just to be in their chat room. It's free. Do I recommend it? No, but it's there. In my opinion, this would just be a lot of noise, a lot of rookies, a lot of people maybe trying to pump up stuff. Um, you gotta be careful with these chat rooms, especially free chat rooms, and like stock twits. Never believe anybody. Always do your own research. So let's see. Oh, and also if you click in the middle part of your mouse, you will have all your tools pop up right here. Stuff to where you can draw trend lines, um, arrows. You can draw, they have Fibonacci retracements if you're into Fibonacci, a lot of Fibonacci. But I just usually use the trend line. Sometimes I'll mess around with the Fibonacci just because it's fun. Um, And then they have the Studies tab. Okay. So the Studies tab is where you would go to add studies to your charts. I keep it simple. I don't like to clutter my charts with a lot of studies. I like to actually see the price action and what's going on. I don't need an indicator to block what's going on. The only really indicator that I use is the VWAP, and I'll use moving averages on my daily charts. But let's say you're into the Elliott wave and stuff like that, you would come to this little tab right here. It's like a little chemist thing. And look at all these. They have all these indicators that you can add to your charts. There's so many of them, a lot. And I just keep it simple. Actually, I lied to you guys. I'm sorry. I have a couple indicators on this. I'll put the VWAP. I'll put the daily open. I'll put it so the daily open indicator that I use is it's this pink line down here at the bottom, and it'll put that every day on a chart, on the intraday chart here that I have it to where the price opened at. And then I also have another indicator of the previous day's close, and that's this white line right here. It's kind of a bad example because they're like right by each other. Okay, this is better. So this pink line, I'll open this back up. So this pink line is the daily open that I have, and this white line is the previous day's close. So I like to have those on there just for it's about psychology in a way, and a pattern that I like to play. In the morning, it's like a morning washout, for a red to green move or a green to red move. Um, but yeah, the daily open is available over here. The previous day close indicator, now I had to make that. And I'm not a computer whiz to where I know code and stuff. So what I did was I went to Google and I looked up custom indicators on Google, and sure enough, something popped up and somebody had the code for it. So all I did was I copied the code, and then you come on down here to the Create tab, and then I just pasted the code in here, and then I named it up here, and I clicked OK, and I named it as the previous day close. Click this little gear here, and then you could customize on how it looks, the width of it, and the color. So whatever indicator you're into, just come in here and yeah, check out these indicators. There's a lot of them. Also, another indicator I put in and I looked up was the auto Fibonacci. Um, indicator. I got really big into excuse me. I got really big into Fibonacci there for a second, so I still am interested in Fibonacci. It's just fun to learn about. And yeah, that's all your indicators tab. And as you could see, if I pull this back over, I have my moving averages right here. I have my 50-day, 200-day, and I have my moving average exponential 20 right there. Oops. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. That's a lot of talking. So, yeah, just keep messing around with this platform and digging deeper into it and customize it how you guys would like. I really like this platform. Like I've said, I've used it for a year. I've looked into when I've looked into switching brokerages or trying out other platforms, other brokerages try to charge for platform and their services. So why would I go off and pay $50 for something when I can have it free? You got to take advantage of stuff like that because when you start to get more and more into this, um, you're gonna, the more serious you get with this, the more you're gonna have to pay for stuff. Like, I don't use the scanners on ThinkorSwim. I use Trade Ideas, so I have to pay monthly for that. And then if uh like the news, I use Equity Feed as well. If I wanted news, the you, the news here it's good for free, but if you wanna if you wanna have an edge, you need to pay for stuff like Equity Feed to get that faster than other traders. So I just use this because it's available. Um, but the more and more you get into this, the more you'll learn and you'll learn tricks and stuff out of the way. Even if you didn't like the free scanners on ThinkorSwim, there's other stuff out there on the internet. A very, very popular one is FinViz, um, TheLiant.com always puts up the top percentage gainers and the money gainers, Yahoo Finance. There's all kinds of websites out there for you guys. FinViz is a really cool one for it's not a scanner, it's a what is it? It's a it's like a I forget what it's called, to be honest with you guys. I'm drawing a blank here. But yeah, overall this is a really good platform though, back to ThinkorSwim. Um they even have a mobile version of this. It's very, very cool. Um it looks very like this on the mobile platform. Um, you can add indicators and stuff on the mobile platform. Maybe I'll do a review and show you guys about it in the future. They also have a TD Ameritrade uh, application for phones. I when I'm away from my computer, I tend to use the TD Ameritrade Mobile App than the ThinkorSwim, just because it's faster and I like the way it's set up, and that's my personal opinion. But yeah, you have those two options available for you. And I'm just trying to think of if is there anything else on this. One important thing. So what's really, really cool about ThinkorSwim is they have an on-demand feature here. You can't believe I was about to forget this. So it's right up here in the top right. You click on that on-demand feature and you get to go back in time and re-look at the day what happened. So let's say you click on this one up here and this little calendar will pop up. So any day in June, May, April, you can go back as far as you want. I'm not sure on how far back you can go with this, but let's go back to, we'll keep it somewhat recent. We'll go back to this last Monday, and we'll go right at the bell at 9:30, and we'll click go. Let it load up, and there you go. This is what kind of sucks about this in a way though is it doesn't, you can't do no scans or anything during the on demand. So it's kind of like you got to keep your watch list like through the whole week if you were to go back and do this, or know the ticker and go back and want to look at how it moved and study how it moved and how it traded. And let's see, now that we're back at Monday ABIL was really good. So let's go to ABIL and just sit here and watch it and see what it does. Get the Just get a feel for it and practice, and you could practice with it too. So let's say right now I wanted to buy 595 shares here. I'll click, just for the video, I'll click buy market, then it filled me. But then you could also add in too, I'm pretty sure I added it already. I know this is going to be a long video, guys, but let's see. Yeah, I have it clicked, show trades. So yeah, and you could just practice with this. How cool is that? That's really, really cool in my opinion to do that. So over the weekend or something, through the week, write down all the top gainers every single day. And if you have the ThinkorSwim platform over the weekend, if you're bored and you're studying, go to the on-demand feature and go back to the day and look at the stock that you wrote down that performed the best that day and just practice. Practice makes perfect. See how the stock move. Try out, I mean, even though you know how it did, just try mess around with it, you know. Like I said, uh try different patterns out or something, or just write down without even looking through the week, write down the top 5 percentage gainers. And even though you know what the top one did, and you don't know what the other four did, play with those, you know? So, even though this isn't really popping off right now, but I'm just giving you guys an example. And then sell market. Look at that. I made $89.25 in the virtual reality world here. Looks like ACH fees popping off on this one. But then how I'm zooming in like that is if you hold down the left click and drag over, it'll highlight what you want to zoom in on, and then just release, and it'll zoom in on that. And then also there's little the plus sign and a minus sign and a magnifying glass to where you can zoom out and really zoom in on what's going. Also, real quick, another cool trick is let's say you want more room than this right here to see. Click this little gear right here, go to time axis, expansion area. I have it set to 3. Let's say you want a little bit more space. Change it to 10. Hit it apply, and look at that. It gives you a little bit more room so it isn't really, really tight for you guys. And yeah, so you can see what this actual bar is doing at the moment. Um, if you scroll through on your little mouse circle thing wheel here, you can go back or forward. And I pretty much have everything covered for you guys. You've seen everything on this. Again, there's just so much stuff you can do with this. Too much stuff to do in this video. It'll just be too long for you guys. I just went over a lot of the basics on this. I really like this platform. I really do. I could see myself using this for a long time, but I would also like to try out other platforms as well. Always keep an open mind when you're in the market, always. Even if you're a really good day trader or just learning, it's always good to have an open mind and try new things. Always always be open to try new things, but don't get ahead of yourself to where you want to try everything at the same time. Take it one step at a time, one tool at a time. Um, you have the rest of your life to do this, and I mean, you'll just learn. You'll learn better too if you take it one step at a time. I know it's a lot of stuff to learn and a lot of stuff to do, but just keep at it and keep studying. Hard work and studying will pay off. Um, it honestly will. I've been doing this for a year and I have come such a long way within a year, and there's been many times within that year that I've wanted to quit and got frustrated with this or overwhelmed. And you will blow up an account if you jump right into this with live money. You will. You will blow up your account. Chances are, very high percentage, you will blow up your account. And I highly recommend paper trading. Take it step by step. Don't be embarrassed to paper trade. You're learning. Everybody has to start learning something if they want to get into something new. I was new once. I had to start learning this, and it's all about dedicating yourself to this. You have to dedicate yourself to this if you wanna at least a chance to succeed at this. And the more you do this, the better you will get, and the more things will start clicking. It may seem like you will never get this. That is just so much and it's overwhelming, like I said. You will get this over time when you keep doing it. Practice makes perfect. What else can I say? And waking up every day and watching the market, knowing what's going on in the market. You got to know market conditions. Uh, you got to know market conditions. And uh, the first few times you get into this, it's like a exhilarating rush, buying and selling, chasing stocks, which I highly do not recommend chasing stocks. Um, but the more you do this, the more comfortable you'll get. And yeah, even though with paper trading, the psychology and the emotions really isn't there with paper trading, but at least you're practicing and you're discovering a setup that you like and that works for you. But I'll try to end this here in a second. I don't want to make this too long for you guys. And like I said, I'll make future videos. If you guys have any requests on videos of what I want to cover about this platform, I will be more than happy to do a video on it. Just leave a comment down below. Um, I went over pretty much a lot of the basic stuff on this. A lot of the basic stuff. Now, the customer service with TD Ameritrade and ThinkorSwim, uh, from my experience, is so-so. I've had really great customer service with ThinkorSwim and TD Ameritrade. But then there's been other times where I've come into the guy that's been having a bad day or something. And if they know that you have a small account, they 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 will always try to sucker you into putting more money into your account. Or if they find out you're just using their account just for the data and the charts with no money in the account, they'll always try suckering you into putting more money into the account. Um, Even when you call to get, so you could do the live account or you could do a paper trading account on ThinkorSwim. And with the paper trading account, you can get live data, live feed from the market. If you first sign up and you don't call and ask for live data, it'll be like a 15-minute delay on the market. Call up TD Ameritrade, tell them you want real-time quotes on paper trade. They may give you a hard time about it. Like when I called, the guy said that they only gave out that to their clients that had a lot of money in their accounts. And I was like, why would you deny me of that? Why? I've heard from other people on YouTube that you can get live data on a paper trading account. So I got off the phone with him and I called again and spoke to a different person. And the next person was more than happy to give me uh, live data and real time data on paper trading. But see, sometimes that's all it takes is if you're on the phone with the wrong person and you don't feel comfortable with them, either ask to speak to someone else or hang up, call again, and talk to somebody different. Um, yeah, that was just an experience I had. And sometimes when I was first starting out, I would hop on live trading, and it really did help out having the live uh, quotes and whatnot for this. And because you don't want to look at 15-minute delay data, because then people who you're following on Twitter, they're posting all this stuff, and you're 15 minutes behind. But other than that, then you could see the time in sales right here. See how you don't really see any under 200. It's just all big orders. Like I said, putting that down to more than 200 will help out a lot and just be gone with a lot of the noise. Um, Also, really another cool thing here is this is the active trader tab, and this is where you would want to put in limit orders or um, limit sell orders or stop loss orders. So if a price is coming up to $2 and you're like, okay, I want to buy at 201 or something, you could just click right here with your order already filled out up here and it'll put your limit in right there. And then if you wanted to sell, you could go ahead in the price and put a limit order on where you would want to sell. And if you wanted to put a stop, I'm not too sure on the stop. Because I barely use this for placing my orders, but I do know if a stock's going up and you know the price you want to get out at, remember it's always good to have a plan. You always want to enter the stock with a plan and stick with it no matter what. No matter what, always stick to your plans and cut losses. You have to cut losses. Don't hold and hope. Hope is not a strategy. But when you put your limit that you want to sell, it'll also pop up here on the chart and you can move it around as the price fluctuates. But going back to what I said about having plans, you always want to have a plan. A plan will do so much for you. You don't ever want to just see something running and buy in. You want to have good risk versus reward, and it took me a while to realize that. It really did. With all kinds of stuff going on and where to start with learning and all that, you really want a good risk reward and a great plan because if you don't have a plan, the market will just eat you alive. It really will. And if you're just going around chasing stuff that's spiking, it's a very high percentage that you're going to lose majority of the time. Because what goes up must come down. And you don't want to chase something that just spiked up 50, 75 cents buying into something that high for it to crash on you. back down to where it came from, or pulled back to where it came from. But other than that, this is just a basic overview of ThinkorSwim platform. I hope you guys like this. I'll be making more videos in the future. I'm going to try to review a video once a week for you guys about, again, different tools and stuff that I've used. If you guys have a recommendation of a video, comment below what you guys want me to make a video about. I'll be more than happy to. Any questions, I'll be more than willing to answer for you guys. The only thing is, I don't do stock picks. I don't tell you when to buy or sell or anything. I'm just here to help you guys learn and show you my journey through this process as I've been doing it for a year. Um, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to me, guys. And let's grow this, man. Let's grow this. Hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you later.